What's going on, you guys? Once again, coming to you live from work. So I got up super late this morning to the point where I couldn't get down to my camera in time to film a reaction video for last night's game until I got on break at work again. So here I am. But this is going to be a one-taker and uploading straight to the computer. I got the camera here though, which is nice. So the quality is where I want it to be. But anyways, Habs lose in overtime 5-4 to the Detroit Red Wings. No edits today, guys. There's going to be no... You're going to get whatever I give you today. So thank you, first of all, for tuning in. If it's your first time, thank you. Thank you for being here. So here from my work here at the hotel. But the Canadiens lose 5-4 in overtime to the Detroit Red Wings on a night where my sister was in the building and I'm getting texts and it wasn't looking good. It wasn't looking good for the first period when the Detroit Red Wings went up 3-0. And my sister, unfortunately, was also at that Minnesota Wild game earlier this season where they went up 3-0 in the first period as well. So I texted her, I'm like, sis, you got to pick better games to go to. You know, I'm feeling bad for her, right? And it was her friend and her boyfriend, at least her friend's first game at the Bell Center, first time in Montreal. So anyway, in the end, they got a much better experience because the Habs almost complete the comeback. They don't complete it fully, but they get darn close, right? And they just didn't even touch the puck in overtime. But I mentioned before the game in my pregame video how there might be a lot of scouts there to watch Jake Allen because with the signing of Samuel Montembeault to a 3-year contract extension, Jake Allen's likely out the door pretty soon, and it's going to be Samuel Montembeault and Caden Primo going forward. That's what it seems like the vibe is right now, but you know, if there were scouts there to watch Jake Allen last night, it wasn't a good night to watch him, right? It wasn't a great night for Jake, but he did keep the Canadiens in the game late in the game when the Canadiens were able to tie it up. So give him kudos for that at the very least. But this game starts off pretty rough, and I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use notes today because I have to. So Veleno, opens the scoring for the Red Wings, and then of course after that, Fisher and Sprong make it 3-0. But then, thank God for Justin Barron, who was making up for a mistake he would make later in the game in the second period on a shorthanded goal for the Red Wings. But Barron scores with just a few seconds left. He scores at 19:53 of the first period, so just about 7 seconds left. And, fortunately, the Canadiens win a face-off, and he's able to get himself in position to bang it in while fans are trying to beat the line to the washroom at the Bell Center. You can hear the goal horn go off because Justin Barron scores and makes it 3-1 Wings. And then we go to the second period, and this was nice because the shorthanded goal had already happened, so forgive me. It was 3-0 Red Wings, and the second goal from Fisher was actually shorthanded, and Justin Barron had made a bit of a mistake actually on the power play, receiving a pass from Slavkovsky, and then he kind of lost it the other way, and then actually it wasn't even necessarily all Justin Barron's fault. It was a rebound goal, this shorthanded goal, right? So just Josh Anderson actually kind of misplayed it. He came back to the Canadiens' net and ended up going past the Canadiens' net while trying to make a stick check or whatever, and there was nobody there to take Fisher to bang in the rebound goal, actually. So Jake Allen had no idea where the puck was, and that's what happened, right? So getting back to the second period, where the Canadiens do us a solid, and Yoel Armia, with his third goal of the season, shorthanded, which was a beautiful goal, right? It was a snipe, and good for him, right? I mean, he keeps getting put into the lineup and he keeps scoring when that happens. The last time he did it, I was at the game too. It was the Winnipeg game, right, where he came in and scored in the third period, which I was in the bathroom for and missed it. But anyway, regardless, Armia gets it to make it 3-2 for the Habs. And then not long after that, Alex DeBrincat on the power play makes it 4-2 Wings, reestablishing their 2-goal lead. And then we get to the third period, and this is where it's like, okay, let me look at this here first. Yeah, so it was a power play goal from Nick Suzuki, but I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed Nick Suzuki's shot. It's kind of a sidewinder, deceptive wrist shot that he has, and when he uses it effectively, it works. And Brendan Gallagher parks himself in his office right in front of Husso, and sure enough, Nick Suzuki is able to make it 4-3 on the power play for the Habs, and there's still a good chunk of time left. That was 4:12 into the third period, and then Gustav Lindstrom on a very unselfish play from Josh Anderson, is able to tie this game up at 4-4 near the end of the period. And this was a fun sequence to watch because the Canadiens really worked hard, Monahan and Anderson specifically, to win the puck battle on the boards, to get the puck up to, actually it was Jaden Struble, and then over to his D-man, He puts it down. I think it was Kovacevic actually, but he puts it down towards the net. And eventually the puck makes its way from Sean Monahan to Josh Anderson. He sees Gustav Lindstrom. I think he was trying to feed Sean Monahan actually. But Anderson gets it to Gustav Lindstrom. He buries it. And Gustav Lindstrom, former Detroit Red Wing, thank you, makes it 4-4 for the Habs. Just a great opportunity to bring the building alive. I mean, Nick Suzuki's goal kind of did that, but the fact that the Canadiens were down 3 in this game and were able to get out of it with a point was huge, right? So, you know, we saw the lineup before the game, and a lot of you guys weren't happy. I saw it in the comments in the pregame video, but you tell me what you saw from, you know, Pearson, Evans, and Slavkovsky. I watched a good chunk of this game still. I was able to catch a lot of it, and I didn't see anything I necessarily didn't like, but, you know, we saw Mitchell Stevens make his NHL debut. And I'm actually going to see what the ice time was for Mitchell Stevens just out of pure curiosity while I'm doing this on the fly in one take with you guys. But didn't see a lot from their line. I want to see actually how much ice time he actually got just out of curiosity here. So Mitchell Stevens played only 8:17. So, I mean, didn't see a ton from him that I did or didn't like. I mean, there just wasn't enough to evaluate for me, at least going by memory here. But either way, like I mentioned, the Canadiens come out of this with a point. They do not touch the puck in overtime. And as much as it would have been nice to at least get a puck touch or a shot on net in overtime, this was a feel-good story for Dylan Larkin, who actually ended up making the trip to Montreal and playing in the game after him and his wife just lost their baby tragically. So, to be honest with you, from the human element side of things, I was pretty happy for Larkin, and I do have him in one of my hockey pools as well. So I'm not going to cheer against my team normally, but you saw the joy, the elation on Larkin's face when the Red Wings won this game. And though I didn't understand the gritty, I'm not a Fortnite guy. Like, I'm just too old school video games for for that celebration. I didn't get it. I was just like, okay. We saw the celebration on the winning goal in overtime from, as I use my cheat notes, Jake Wallman. And Larkin actually draws an assist on that winning goal in overtime for the Wings. So, again, a feel-good story for them, and that's why, just to make it entertaining for my sister and her husband and her friend and her boyfriend, that's all good for me. And that's why, in the end, it's, you want to see the Canadiens win, but the fact that they battle back to get a point is pretty decent, you know, in that regard. So now they host the Seattle Kraken on Monday night. So we'll see you guys then. Thank you for tuning in as I do these quick little, you know, videos, staying dedicated to you guys as I try to do, and I love doing it. So thank you guys for watching. All my best. Hit like, hit subscribe. Appreciate the support, guys, and we'll see you on the next one. All my best.